Train whistle blowing.
Hello everybody, we are going to recreate Elan's very first train ride. So if you have been watching the channel for a while, we had a video sometime back of Elan's first train ride. He's with his cousins and grandma and grandpa and me, and we wanted to find those trains and put those trains on our layout and remember it forever. So what we saw in that video, number one, a small switcher, a small Northern Pacific switcher, 1200. This is kind of cool because my grandpa and Elan's great grandpa actually worked for Northern Pacific. He was an engineer. He was around also when Burlington Northern took over the handful of companies, and one of them being Northern Pacific. Some more fun stuff here from my grandpa. A couple of belt buckles and a couple of pins that he used to wear. So we have this lifelike trains N-scale locomotive. In this case, we have an SW1200 loco, and this is pretty close, if not exactly the loco that we rode on, apart from the numbers. This train looks great. Unfortunately, well, fortunately and unfortunately, I got it off eBay, and the guy had already swapped out for some Microtrains couplers, which is cool. But then the wheels, according to the post, are customized, low-profile, remachined wheels. The issue with this guy is that it derails super easily. Basically, it hits a switch and it just plops around. You can see it just falling off the tracks, basically. I don't know if that would be a lifelike thing. I know these are less expensive trains, or if it's because of these wheels that are customized. So if you know anything about that, maybe you can give your opinion in the comments. Then behind the locomotive that day when Elan had his first real train ride, we got this guy, which is a painted, undecorated, 83-foot heavyweight sleeper car. Now in this case, we did not get this one exact. What we were looking for was a Rock Island 2608 Commuter Coach car. I'll show you a picture of it, of the one that we actually rode on. And if you can help us find that model in N-scale, please, by all means, leave us a comment down below with a lead. Otherwise, we're gonna use this guy for now. And then with that, we're gonna put on some decals for Rock Island, which will just go right in the center. And we did a couple of modifications already on this guy. We basically cut out the doors here because there were no doors on that one that we rode on. The one we rode on, I don't think had the 3 axles, not being a heavyweight car is my understanding, but I'm not totally sure, and I can't totally tell from the picture. Otherwise, this car is pretty cool. This is Microtrains. And basically, this Microtrains car came in pieces, and you have the interior. It would be cool to get a couple of people in there representing all of us. The modifications that I did do so far are, first of all, taking out the doors. We did glue on this inner door, and then we cut off the windows on the sides for the doors that we cut out, so the window wasn't going across the doors. Otherwise, this goes in there pretty nicely. So you had to put the trucks on and the couplers. These ones are only in with a pin, not necessarily a screw, and they do kind of move back and forth. But in this case, when we get this train put together, it's gonna be just the 3 cars, and it won't be rolling around with anybody else. The final car on that day was this CB&Q caboose. And this is pretty much exactly the caboose that you see in the video, apart from the road number. Now the issue is we have Microtrains couplers on this, which connects very nicely to this Microtrains car. But with this car, we have the old Atlas Rapido couplers. So we're gonna do a little modification with this. And I think what we're gonna try to do is actually take off the coupler, and we're gonna do a body mounted Microtrains coupler on the end. And we're gonna do body mounted because this is body mounted and these couplers are body mounted also. Please note that this one is in perfect condition right now. Wow, perfect, whatever. It's in very good condition right now. So let's enjoy that before Elan gets his hands on this guy.
Rock and rollin', riding out along the bay, all bound for Morning Town.
So I just resorted to using a pair of scissors and snipping off the coupler portion and its box there. Next step, we're gonna put in some micro trains couplers and we're gonna body mount them right there. So we'll see how that goes. This is our first time doing all this kind of stuff. So we happen to have this N-scale coupler starter kit, which comes with a bunch of goodies, but we still have a couple of couplers that came with it. So I believe we used this green capsule set to do the body mounted couplers.
Driver at the engine, fireman rings the bell, Sandman swings the lantern to show that all is well. Rock and roll and riding out along the bay.
In order to reuse these trucks, I had to completely chop off the coupler in order to get clearance with the new couplers from micro trains.
Many miles away.
All right, I think we're in business. Height worked out just perfectly, so this is good. Something a little comical. You can see on the deck there that the screws actually popped up through there. That's where they screwed in, where the coupler screwed in. It came up through the deck. We'll just have to put some black paint on there and we're gonna roll with it.
Little travelers are warm and snug inside. Rock and roll and riding out along the bay. All bound for morning town, many miles away. Somewhere there is sunshine.
Well, that was a fail. Luckily, we have more.
Somewhere there is morning town, many miles away. Rock and roll and
Well, there they are, the decals. They're kind of hard to do and get on there really well.
morning town, many miles away.